I just discovered this article this morning. Chemtrails exposed, truly a new Manhattan project. March 13th, 2017. This is a very familiar site. We have this so-called cell phone tower, which is really an ionospheric heater. We've got the glow ball back here, not looking like the sun at all. You can see that they projected something on it. I do believe it's this X-ray here. It's an X-ray machine. The world's most powerful X-ray laser beam creates molecular black hole. Well, what I really believe is that they're training this thing on the sun from all different angles, and the only way they can do that, of course, is if the Earth is flat. Let me get back to this. I found this article really interesting because it talks about the planning of the destruction of the Earth and creation, and how this galvanized after World War II in the Manhattan Project. You can read this on your own. I've showed you the link. I've showed you the title. It talks about Nikola Tesla. Tesla did a great deal of theorizing about weather control. He specifically theorized about using directed energy to manipulate the atmosphere. Why would anybody want to do that? Could it be that it's Esau, because he sold his birthright and did not get the blessing, that he wants to destroy the earth for his brother Jacob, and his brother Jacob, I should say? Here's a guy by the name of John G. Trump, Donald J. Trump's uncle, Massachusetts Institute of Technology Radiation Laboratory. You know, people will say, well, the thing is that if the forces should not be are spraying us, they're spraying themselves. Precisely. That's how insane they are. They want the iron in the clay. They want to be recreated or deformed into the image of Satan, their father, who's given them this information. Especially after World War II, when they killed all those children of Jacob. So this goes on. It talks about National Defense Research Committee, Microwave Committee. What are they defending themselves from that they need to microwave? The investigation included, wait a minute, where am I here? The investigation included basic research at ultra-high frequencies and studies of pulse transmission. You can hear this pulsing going on every day and often during the night. Boom, 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 boom. Especially at night. I do believe that they can maintain temperatures. This is what they call sustainability, sustaining their lives. Plus, they can tap into your mind. We had very heavy fog this morning and during the night, and I did not sleep well at all. It's just sleep deprivation. Any way that they can torture us, they will. Airplane-mounted radar. You know, really the enemy is Jacob, and Esau wants to kill him. That's all that this is about. Not only Esau, but the rest of the Hittites, Canaanites. Today, electromagnetic energy generated from ground-based antennas called ionospheric heaters is used to manipulate the atmosphere and therefore modify the weather. I contend that they are not modifying the weather. They are substituting atmosphere with a gas and electricity. That's what this is all about. But anybody who comes on here and tells me I don't know what I'm talking about, it's all right here. This has been going on forever. Not forever, but, at least 100 years. Here they show you the ionosphere, which is really the dome. The Earth should be flat. And this is how they do it. This is how they can generate earthquakes. But I'll tell you what, with the amount of fog and rain that we've been inundated with, and not only us here in Disturbia, but the entire Earth, it is a miracle that we are still alive. And it's only because His mercies are new every morning, according to Jeremiah. RFID sun blockers. I mean, why on earth would anybody in their right mind block the sun? They're not making it cooler when they're blocking the sun. We're being melted. We're being grilled. Please wake up. Here's another idiot. Luis Alvarez. Remotely controlled aircraft systems. That's what I believe that they're doing in the sky. In fact, I don't even believe it's aircraft at all. It's some kind of orbs being shot up. They're working together with the forces that should not be. The power of the air. Vannevar Bush, architect of the Military Industrial Academic Complex and founder of the New Manhattan Project. Take a look at that face. Sodomite. This goes on and on and on and on. Where do you think they get their information from? Look at this committee here. Pack of sodomites. This Vannevar Bush evidently was not related to George H.W. Bush. Look at this, what he wrote. It is entirely possible, were he wise enough, that man could produce favorable effects, perhaps of enormous practical significance, transforming his environment to render it more salutary for his purposes. What does that mean? Ushering in the man of sin. How could it be more salutary if we're being inundated with mercury and sulfur? This is certainly a matter which should be studied assiduously and explored vigorously. The first steps are clear. In order to control meteorological matters at all, we need to understand them better now than we do. When we understand fully, we can at least predict weather with assurance for reasonable intervals in the future. With modern analytical devices, with a team of sound background and high skills, it is possible today to do a piece of work in this field which will render immediate benefits and carry us far toward a more thorough understanding of ultimate possibilities. By all means, let us get at it. Yeah. This is not a fairy tale. Look at that hair. This cowlick is always a sign of a Satanist. Look at those eyebrows. Look at that face. Edomite. Edward Teller. Star Wars. Wickedness. We might spread a cloud of dust over a strategic location, or find some way to upset the temperature balance between air masses. This is what they do every single day, and people still deny it. You think you're an aviation expert? What do you think Teller was? He was a global governance advocate. What does that mean? Lawrence Livermore Laboratory, Brookhaven National Laboratory. What are these national laboratories really about? You can't even get in there unless you've got a top secret clearance. It's time for people to wake up and smell the coffee. John von Neumann. You can look these people up on your own. Criminals. Wrath of God upon them. Alfred Lee Loomis, the father of psychotronic weaponry and major aspects of the New Manhattan Project. Loomis was a Wall Street lawyer and a banker turned scientist. Wow, imagine that. How did he do that? He was also interested in hydroelectric power. What do you think these dams they built are for? Anyhow, you can read it on your own. It won't be too much longer. We're coming up on the 74th year of Mystery Babylon, which is Counterfeit Israel, on May 14th. And according to Scripture, Mystery Babylon, or at least Babylon, is going to be destroyed after 70 years, and we're already coming up to the 74th year.